Latvian vodka doesn't quite have the same cachet as Russian. So they have tried to move away from that in recent years, but obviously it shows how powerful national associations are. And I think if you ask most people, they'd certainly see it as 100% Russian, even if the reality is not true. So I think to that extent they are... You know, it's not something of their own making, but they're not entirely, shouldn't be entirely surprised.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is that, America imports fuel, you've got, iron ore, fertilisers, kind of not as sexy, probably a bit more hard to mobilise a boycott against products like that, or, things like that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very good point. I mean, there are some rules of a successful boycott, and one of them has to be, you've got to have a passionate audience who really, really care, and I think in this case there is one. The second thing is you've got to be able to, it should be relatively easy. It needs to be quite painless for the activist to make that choice. Giving up a particular vodka brand to move to another is perhaps one of the less painful things to do, but also you feel you've done something. I think obviously it's quite hard to tackle the oil or gas or timber coming out of Russia, which would probably have a greater effect.
Yeah. Does it highlight the power of the consumer out there, especially with the technology in hand, that, they could do some damage to certain products?
I think definitely, the rise of social media can make things happen extremely quickly and can mobilise people in different geographies, different parts of the world that wasn't the case before. I think in the case of, Stoli or anyone in a highly competitive, particularly the drinks market, where image is, particularly in vodka, if we're really honest, a huge part of the game, and there's a lot of choice, I think they could do quite a lot of damage to the Stoli business. I don't think the Russian government, though, are quaking in their boots about this.